welcome. We have some barcadas dropping in. They want to get into the startup business.
Wow, it's so exciting.
Yeah.
Startup.
Pero wait. Ano ba yung, what is a startup?
Okay. You've asked the right person. I'm a startup lawyer.
Yeah, I can see from the sign there. Read-ups for startups. I don't know if the camera
Read-ups
can
for
see
startups.
it,
Yeah, it's
but
pretty
he's
good.
got this beautiful library of startup books. Did
My-
you memorize all of those books?
No, but I've read them all backwards.
Okay, but wait, teka muna. What is a startup?
Okay, so I should know because my law firm is a specialist startup law firm. We don't do anything else. Okay, we just deal with startups. There's a traditional definition of startups and a modern definition of startups. Okay. I'll try to, discuss the modern definition of startups. A startup is a business, okay, like any other business, but it's different because it possesses some very distinct qualities. Number one, it introduces an innovation
Something
to an
new.
industry, something very new.
Alright.
Okay.
Usually technology, yan, di ba?
Usually technology. So we now associate startups with technology because we know the startup champions, Uber, Facebook, Google.
Airbnb.
They're all technology
Driven.
related or driven startups.
Okay.
But startups could be in the service industry also.
Oh, really?
Any field, okay,
Pwede magkaroon ng
As long-
pwede
startup.
magkaroon ng startup.
As long
Okay.
as innovative.
Innovative, number one.
Uh-huh.
Disruptive. Meaning
Disruptive.
you disturb,
The industry.
The industry.
Existing industry.
you inject a new way or method in doing things.
So this means people who are the traditional people in that business are going to hate you. Is that true?
If they don't hate you,
Like,
you're
for
not doing
example-
something right.
For example, hotels kind of hate Airbnb,
Airbnb.
correct?
Okay. So,
Who
Let's-
hates Facebook?
Right.
I guess
Everybody.
That's disruption. That is disruption.
Yeah, media hates
Media.
Facebook.
Okay.
Exactly.
if you want to define startups, you look towards the poster boy for startups, which is Uber.
Ah.
Not
Okay?
Facebook.
Not Facebook.
It's
Uber
Uber.
is the quintessential startup. Why? Uber disrupted the travel or transportation industry.
Yeah.
Okay? Now you don't have to wait in a bus stop for a bus or wait along the side of the road for a taxi. The ride actually comes to you.
Ride on demand.
Right on demand. Okay? And
But Uber failed in the Philippines.
in the Philippines, but it's the biggest
In the
hail
world.
raid, ride-hailing business in the world. Okay, Grab is a Johnny-come-lately, but they did something right. They melded themselves very well into the Southeast Asian scene. Okay, which Uber was not able to do. Okay. Number two, it's disruptive because it disturbs the way businesses are traditionally run. Okay, they inject something very new that upsets everyone. So if you don't upset anyone, you are not a startup.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So
Okay,
you
are not
gotta
a
upset people, guys.
startup. You have to upset
Very
people.
upsetting.
Yeah.
It is a
Very,
fundamental of what a
So-
startup is.
So number three, a startup is is defined by risk taking. Okay,
Not many people like that.
Not many
Not
people
many
like
people
that.
would go
Okay,
for
so you introduce innovation, you try to disrupt a business, but it's very risky. You might fail. So as it's a stab in the dark when you go into when you start a startup.
But isn't any business risky? So wouldn't that?
Very good. Okay, it's risky, but the degree of risk in startups is pronounced.
Because of the unknown.
Unknown. Okay, as the founder of LinkedIn said, a startup is like jumping off a cliff and assembling a parachute on the
On
way
the
down.
way down. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah.
That's a startup.
So what was that again? You
Or an
have
umbrella.
You have innovative. You have disruptive.
Disruptive.
You have
Risk, bold,
risky.
very
It's
bold.
risky. You gotta be
And
bold.
startup should be agile. It should
Agile.
should be able to respond quickly.
Agile.
Agile. It should be able to pivot quickly to changing circumstances.
We keep hearing that word, pivot, all the time in the startup ecosystem.
It means a change of strategy, but towards the same direction.
Oh, so
Towards the
it's
same
not
direction.
like completely.
No, not
Is that
completely.
like a 180-degree turn?
Maybe, but you're still
But it's
headed
in
the same way.
industry. It's
The
not
same
like
industry.
I've decided that this business doesn't work for me, so now I'm going to open up a restaurant.
A lot of startups.
Or like I want to do a book reading app. Didn't work for me, so I'm going to become a chef.
Exactly.
That's not a
Yeah.
pivot.
So, okay,
That's not. That's something not a.
now
pivot.
that we kind of, is that it? Do we only have 4? May isa pa?
One last element
Okay.
is scalability. Okay, this is the one distinctive for startups. Scalability, meaning it must have the potential to grow exponentially.
Yeah, because
Okay.
like Uber is what? Billion dollar. na-
Uber is actually the
$1
most-
million.
The most valuable startup in the world right now.
Wow.
And they're going to have an IPO this year.
Yeah.
So Lyft just raised 2 billion. Now they are valued at 20 billion.
Oh
All right, let
my
me ask you
goodness.
this, okay? Because we're associating practically startups with the
Technology.
technology,
Right.
internet technology, okay. And you just said the ability to scale.
Scale.
Scalability. Yeah.
What happens though to the concept when you're on the internet? One of the advantages of the internet is that you can go for the long tail, which is a niche market, without the desire to scale to a huge size.
Yeah, that's
You
a
know, you'd
good
be
question.
happy just saying,
This
I'm
is
happy
my
just doing
market.
this
I just
small
wanna.
market.
I just wanna
Is that a
sell.
startup still?
I just wanna sell
just-
snowshoes to girls.
To girls who
That's
live
it.
in
That's all.
Africa.
In Africa, and that's all I want to
You know,
do.
So the market is really
Would that
small.
be a startup?
Yeah.
That will be a startup in the traditional sense. But in the
Uh,
modern sense, when you talk to millennials, they only know of startups in the modern sense.
Which
These
means-
are the gang busting
Break the
champions.
internet,
You know.
and
Okay,
I make
you're absolutely
millions.
right. Most of the startups that we know today, ride on the internet
Right.
because it facilitates communication, payment,
Mhm.
exchange of data.
Right.
Okay, most of these startups draw upon big data. Okay, so for example, Facebook. Okay, the way Facebook makes money, okay, is through ads.
Right.
They harvest your data and actually target you with advertising
That's
that,
right.
that fits your, say, lifestyle. Okay, so technology, in the modern sense, most startups are technology heavy.
Right.
most. Most.
Tell me one startup that is not riding on that coattails of technology. I cannot
Parang
name
wala,
one.
no?
Okay,
Yeah.
for example,
Wala.
delivery.
Yeah,
yeah.
you
You
still
have
need
Yes, all these
you have
deliveries now.
Food Panda.
Yeah.
You have
Even Grab has Grab.
Grab.
Yeah.
But they're
Yeah,
all
but you have to do your
app-based.
orders online.
Yeah, they're all app based.
Uh-uh.
So technology is the primary driver for the
Right.
modern startups.
But in terms of market size, like I said, when you're talking about just hitting the long tail, even on the internet,
Yeah, but not many people understand the
What
long
the long
tail. You
tail
have to
is?
explain what long tail
the
is.
long tail is that part of the market where you're not tackling the bulk of the market, but the concept that as
For example, we want to sell snowshoes to girls in Africa,
Yeah, where your
and that's
market,
it. That is the long tail.
Yep, goes down to a smaller level, but never completely disappears. So if you have a product, the concept of long tail is the product doesn't have to get the bulk of the market,
Yeah.
but there's a smaller segment market that might be interested in
And you will
whatever
be
it is
sustained.
have,
You
okay?
will always have customers.
And you will always have customers. It's just not
It's
the
just
big
not
market.
huge.
It's the small market found in the
But it's
long
still
tail.
worth it.
Okay. Is that considered a startup?
Probably in the traditional
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
But in the sense in which millennials understand it, because unfortunately we have identified the millennial concept of startups with unicorns,
Unicorns.
meaning a valuation of $1 billion or more.
Oh.
So if your target is not a valuation of
Oh.
$1 billion or more,
then
you're probably not a unicorn, a
Yeah.
unicorn or a startup.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the target market could be more limited. That could still be a startup.
Okay. Well, here's my question. I have an idea
Mhm.
for a startup.
Right.
What do I do next?
First thing you do is to be absolutely sure the idea is yours.
Really?
Yes.